Oh,
Oh,
okay.
there
Now
you
it's recording.
go. Okay.
There we go.
Perfect. Um, yeah, and I think it gives us like 45 minutes because I know on Donisha it didn't cut us off, but it was like it gave us a warning or whatever. But I don't really have that many questions to ask. Mostly it's just like I wanted to get your perspective from the other side because I was telling Donisha just like this is such a long process and for most of it it was just me working on it. Like Brianna was helping with the backgrounds, but with that it would be me just like okay I need these backgrounds and she'd do them real quick and send them back to me and I'm just like all right I'm doing a long haul, all these animations, all this editing, all this like organization and like getting people together. Like we have two music videos that go with the series. Had to organize all of that, direct them, edit them. So it's just like a lot for me to
That's
do.
so
And
tight.
so I felt like for y'all, I wonder what that was like because it was such a long, like the whole 2.5 year process. What was that like from your perspective? Like how did this process feel from your perspective?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so look, since I didn't have to record everything in like one day or a week, like
Mm-hmm.
before when you like, okay, I need these sound bits, I'd be like, hey, I get to hook it back, I get to hook it back up. Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, you mind your business. And so like, oh, let me tap in, So that was cool because like
Mm.
it gave me something to do like extra. So that was
Yeah.
but then I think the most like cool part aside from you doing it yourself, because like it's like okay, I know you have some help, but like you're doing it yourself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you didn't stop doing it, like that's so hard to me because it's just like 2 years, 2.5. I didn't even notice 2.5 went by that fast. Honestly,
Yeah.
I it didn't. It doesn't feel like it because I've had her on my telly this whole time.
Yeah.
So it's like I've been telling people like, "Ooh, what is that? Who's that? What is that about?" And I've been like, "Yeah, my friend's making a cartoon." Like it's like So I've been talking about the cartoon for a long time, for I guess the 2.5 years. I've been excited because I know it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
so cool. And then it's just the fact that you really did it. Like regardless, I feel like if you think about it, how long do it take shows to animate and everything? Well, what like a year? Because they have a team.
Probably. Yeah, but they got like a team of like 50 people.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's a like while Big Mouth is out right now. They're probably recording Big Mouth right now, you know?
Yeah.
So it's all like, but that's because, like you said, they have a team. But nonetheless, it's all like, what? You did this yourself and you did not stop. I think that low key should be inspirational. I'm working on something right now for No Decorum, and I'm like 2 months after what I thought I was gonna do. So it's all
Hmm.
like I'm still gonna do it because I'm just that dedicated. But it's all like to see like, hey, it took her 2.5 years. She still did it though. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's really that. Like when you get a project you're really excited about, you'll finish it because you just want to see it through. But I felt like sometimes I felt bad because I was like leaving y'all in the dark. It'd be like months go past and I don't talk to y'all about it. But I would never stop working on it. Like literally, there had never been like a full month go by where I wasn't working on this project.
Yeah, see that?
At the longest, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, and that's when I was struggling with like full-time jobs and other shit
Yeah,
and like
facts. That
traveling
gets
too.
away.
So it was like it was a lot going on, but even with that, I still was always like there was not a long stretch of time. It wasn't like no 2 months going by and I didn't work on it. Like I was literally working on this shit nonstop for 2.5 years.
See, that's tight. Like the fact that you're gonna share that with people. Well, yeah, they're gonna see this, so they're gonna know. That's
Yeah,
tight. That's like
that
that's
shit was
tight.
hard.
That should
It
let
was
people know because, like, at the end of the day, you did it. Now you're doing a rollout for it.
mm-hmm. That's like it's just so weird because I felt like it was gonna be this like big exciting feeling, but I think because like it wasn't like I made it and like or I wrote it and then like passed it on to somebody else to edit. And
Yeah.
now I'm seeing like, oh my God, it's so exciting. It's like because I was doing every single step, it doesn't feel like this big excitement like I thought it would be. It's more so just like, oh, okay, finally. Like
Okay, I feel you there.
yeah,
I feel you
cool.
there. With me doing,
Yeah.
yeah, but now since I'm like being more thorough, creating plans and stuff, like with my other project, it's like I low key want to scrap it, right? But it's so
Mm,
like I'm not gonna scrap it because I don't realistically I don't want to scrap it. But it's like, okay, it's gonna take some time for me to do
yeah.
it, whatever. But then it's like I think I had that realization like 2 days ago. I was like, dang, because now I'm starting to think about something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, so now I'm like, I can't wait to get this done. I was excited when I was doing it. I'm like, I can't wait. Like, it's almost finished. Like, okay, now I'm all
Yeah.
like, now I'm over here excited about something else, just slightly, but it all ties in. But it's all like yeah, I like it.
I definitely had that feeling too, probably like a year in where I have to have like a bunch of different ideas and like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Now I try to write them all down, but like because this project was so time consuming, I could never like with a good conscience work on anything else. So I haven't worked on anything
Exactly.
for the
Exactly.
process. It's like I would feel bad. Like this project needs so much attention and so much time. I can't work on something else because I need to finish this one. Like I can't do it. So I have like just a ridiculous amount of other ideas and things like backed up in my head that I want to do after. But I also just want to take a break. Like I also just want to like do nothing for at least a month. Like I'm still be promoting this, but like I don't want to start anything new for a minute and just like relax. Because it's been so long. It's been 2.5 years since I had nothing to do. Like in those 2.5 years, there's always been something for me to work on. And it's been so many different elements. I think that's what stopped me from getting like bored with it. Was that if I wasn't like animating, then I was like actually editing the footage or just coordinating with people for different parts or um, creative designing for like the backgrounds and connecting with Brianna or whatever. But it was always like so many different things to be done that I didn't get bored because it wasn't just like one job the whole time.
Okay,
So
that
that
makes
was
sense too. That makes sense.
yeah.
Are you
But I
gonna
wanted
like shop
to
this to other places?
Oh well, yeah. My friend who helped me write it, Sham, he's in New York now, so he's been going to a bunch of like film festivals and stuff and talking to people about it there.
Oh,
So
that's good.
he's kind of like taking the I don't even know what word to use, but he's kind of leading that part with the shopping it around. We did send it to one of the film festivals. We didn't get chosen though, but we did try. But I think the reason why because it wasn't finished. It was literally unfinished. Like we sent them the episode that we had the most finished, but at that point, none of the episodes were scored. So if that episode was like 7 minutes long, maybe 4 minutes of it was scored, and the end part had like no no music or anything. We was just like, fuck it, why not? Like let's just send it. It's like $30 to submit it. Fuck it, like it'll get some eyes on it at the very
Yeah.
least. We sent it. We didn't get picked, but that was a fun experience.
I'm
Um,
like, are you gonna send it again now that it's all done?
I might, yeah. Like, there's so many different film festivals. I didn't even know they have so many different like categories and stuff. So I probably will find some different things, but I have to just be careful because some film festivals don't want you to submit stuff you've already posted. So I have to find ones that don't care about that because for
Okay.
me, it's like it's more
Oh,
important for me to
that's
share.
crazy because then that like technically that turns into a 3, 4 year.
Yes. Because then they're like, oh no, you can't share it yet while we doing our process because we want to premiere it. If we choose you, we want to premiere it at our festival. So now you gotta wait even longer. I'm just like, no, I'm good. Like this is my shit.
Okay, that makes sense. See, I'm telling you, independent. I just had that conversation today. Independent, no manager, low key, just seeing it through yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
You just gotta be strategic about like marketing stuff. So now we trying to figure out like what we can do on TikTok to push it. Cause I definitely gotta get on there and find a way to like tell people on there about it. Um
Yeah.
but I wanted to ask you which episode are you the most excited for?
I'm probably, I'm probably excited for when Colly is saying that your room stink because that's so jacked.
Mm,
That's so jacked up. That's so messed up. That you were
that's
already stressed out.
episode
You were already
uh,
like Colly was like, hey, you already stressed out about ABC. Don't forget about XYZ. Like, that's so jacked up.
that's Colly in literally every episode. Like she's literally my favorite. She's my favorite.
Yeah,
Throughout every episode, like my favorite like quotable is a Colly line because
like Colly kind of crazy. I love it though. I love that. I love that character. I was like, this is crazy. And then my friend had asked, like, are you biased because it's you? No, Colly is crazy. Colly is
yeah,
crazy.
I was like, even Donnie loves Colly. Like it's not even
Yeah.
because it's you. Because Donnie, I think, likes that's her favorite character too. So it's really just Colly. Colly is gonna be the fan favorite. I can already tell because she's just funny. Like I
Colly
think
real though, low key, because I'm all
it's
like,
easy to connect to that like negative voice. And I think that's
yeah,
why she's relatable because it's like everybody kind of pick on themselves a little bit on the inside. So to hear it out loud and it's like a different, like it's not your inside, it's like a little demon character. That shit is so funny.
Yeah. Like that's tight.
I'm excited for that though. I'm excited for episode 4. That's my favorite episode. What was the most challenging part for you with the voice acting, like the whole experience? Because this is your first voice acting gig,
Yes,
right?
yes, but it kind of got me like I can do this more. It was I enjoyed it that much. I was on backstage looking like what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I was on Reddit about backstage and everything. So I was like I could get into this. This is fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fun. So I think, but the most challenging thing at first was all like I think you just have to realize that you're separating yourself, being the character. You're not on screen,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so many things you can do with your voice. It's tone, sarcasm,
Mm-hmm.
pitch, like that's nuts. And then it's like, well, you are talking to yourself technically.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. That's like then you get over like you talk to yourself, so like yeah, I'm gonna turn this bitch up. Like yeah, I'm now. Then I started setting up like yeah, it's Colly time, whatever. Like you just tap into a different bag. But at first, just like trying to approach it like normal, regular, it's not a normal, regular thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
not, yeah. So that was like something. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and probably because mistake making isn't common because we don't see most of the mistakes that people make, like or the hardships. So when you're reading the line, so like you're messing up, you want to do it perfect in one take. No, do it 9 times. Do it nine because they
Absolutely.
yeah, literally. So it's all like getting comfortable with doing that because it's just like, or so like you might not record, or I wasn't recording. I was doing like reciting it. Then I
Mm-hmm.
record it to get and then that's when I was like, I think you had told me like you can sound like 5. That's when I started like.
Yeah.
Then that made it easy. That made it easy and funner than what it
Yeah.
was already. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, would you like practice it and then record, or were you just like push and record and that was like your first take? Because for you, most of the time, what I used was your first take. Like, even though you would send me like 3 in one
Yeah.
message, I would usually be sent like using the first one.
Nah, yeah. I started at first I had tried to recite it, and then after that I was just like, forget it. Click and read the line like, hey, like, yeah, exactly. I'd read it, but I wouldn't say it. So I know what I'm gonna say. And then I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
then you think like, how would you say this? It's like Colly's
Yeah.
so normal. It's like it's literally a normal thing to be condescending to yourself. So it's like
Yeah.
it's funny. I'm low
I
key,
just I
I low
don't know.
key scared of her a little bit, just a little bit.
I want to make another like little series with her where she is like you really get into like the shit she be doing to people, or just seeing how evil she really can get.
Yeah, because
But
I'm
I feel like because
scared.
Polly is such a like it's a she's not an evil like violent person. She's
Yeah,
like a psychologically evil person. Like she just be fucking with you. Like
exactly. I'd be reading the lines and be like, "Oh my god," like, "Oh my goodness, I got to say this," because it's just like, why would you say that? But then I'm not gonna lie. Since then, since it's been a 2 year, I'm 25 now. It's like
mm-hmm.
I can say I probably like am locked in with Colly for real because I kind of used to be Colly. Like I like Colly was on brand for me. It wasn't
Yeah.
like I don't know. My friends are gonna watch and everything. They're probably gonna see. They're probably gonna be like, "Oh wait, this was perfect for you," because it's like how Colly talks. I talk to my friends and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But it's just like I've toned it down a lot because it's just like you know what
Yeah.
hyper realism low key is dickhead, but it's all like at the same time, Colly just like
Yeah.
Colly. I felt Colly, but Colly was crazy.
Yeah.
So it was like
That's I feel like
self-reflection there.
Holly was really fun to write too, because that's at the time when I was writing it, that was definitely how I used to talk to myself. Like that's
Yeah.
definitely how like when I was being mean to myself, I sounded like Holly. Like completely unserious. Like being mean, but you're also joking. Like, why are you joking? Like this is not funny. You're being so mean. Like you laughing, but it's really not funny for you to be telling yourself these things.
It's
So
right, exactly, because you could just like dive into it. That's the thing. That's the truth. It's hard to untie.
yeah, yeah. what else? Let me see. Man, it was something else I asked Donnie. Also, like I want to know for you with this process. I know you said it was fun, and she said too, like that y'all both liked that I could just like sending you in pieces and not like the whole project, I guess. But what do you think would have added to the experience, like more updates or just anything that you thought of would have made it like a better experience?
A better experience, probably being in Florida. Honestly, being in Florida, and then it's crazy too, because I also took it to a point where it's like, don't ask me too many questions about Colly. Watch the show when it come out,
Yeah,
like like
yeah.
that. But it's like as far as having updates, I was just like, you know what? I never did I think like she scrapped it. You know what I mean? Like I never thought like, oh, she gave up on it or she not doing it. I never thought anything like that. I was just like, shoot, she busy, she working, doing never like, you know? So it's like
Yeah.
all the updates. I probably liked the gap in updates because it was like element of surprise a little bit because it's like,
Mhm.
hey, look, I got a Colly update. This is my girl on, okay.
Yeah.
But it's like I could see where it could be more, but it's like it didn't bother me that it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like, cause that's what I would be like most worried about. Like they probably think I done like forgot about this damn project. When I tell you, I literally never stopped working on it. Like, and that's not even just for y'all, for everybody involved. Cause especially with the live action actors, with them it was even worse. Cause they got like no updates. With y'all, I was messaging y'all every like a couple months when I needed the voices. With
Yeah.
them, they did their part back in summer of 2021, and I maybe talked to them twice since then. So it's like, and that's one of them had to reach out to me first. And she was like,
Oh.
what happened with the project? And I was like, girl, it's still coming. It's just so real slow. I'm still
It's
doing
just
stuff.
real slow.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Because originally my dumb ass, well, not dumb, but like my overly ambitious ass thought that I was gonna be able to finish this project in 6 months. Like I genuinely thought I was gonna start this in February and be able to finish it like by the summer. And I was okay, maybe December, maybe like 8 months. I truly did not think this project was gonna take me 2.5 years.
I'm
And I'm
telling
glad
you.
I didn't know that, because if I would have known it was gonna take me this long, I probably wouldn't have done it. I probably been like, that's too long. I'm not doing that. I probably wouldn't have committed to it if I knew it was gonna take that long. But because it was like just a constant unfolded, a constant like process of me being like, okay, I'm gonna finish this next week. I'm gonna finish this by this month, and never meeting the deadlines. Like never. And
Well,
so
at least you were actively. It's two things from there. At least you were actively working on it, and then if you think about it, it's like that's crazy. You wouldn't have finished it if you knew, but I feel
no,
like you probably would have been able to finish it in 6 months if we didn't have jobs.
that too. That too. Well, no, not 6 months. It wouldn't have got finished 6 months. If I didn't have a job, it probably would have got finished in like a year and a half rather than an extra. It probably would have took a year off of the time, or at least like maybe 2 years instead of 2.5 years. Because I mean, I was working on it consistently. It was really just when I had the full time jobs and when I first started working again. Because in the beginning of this process, so I started writing it February 2021, and we filmed it that summer. And then I started editing, I think, the first episode the end of that year. I didn't have a job that whole time. So I was waking up like 9 o'clock and working on it for like 4 or 5 hours for like 5 days a week. But that was my 9 to 5. I was working on the project. So then as soon as I got a job, it was like, oh shit, like I couldn't get a consistent like schedule with the editing. And once I'm like not consistent with editing, then I'm not really in that groove anymore. So then instead of like getting onto my iPad and like, okay, I know exactly what I have to do and I just get straight to it, now I'm like sitting there like, wait, where did I leave off? Oh, wait, how did I even do that part? Like, like it's just a lot more thinking to the process rather than like if you're in a consistent groove, you know exactly where you picked up off, you're already like you in it. So that also added to the thing. And then like just like personal stuff and hella traveling. Like I traveled more this year than ever before, like been all over the damn world. And so that was a lot too. And I would take my like iPad with me and just like look at it like, you really thought you was about
To work on
edit
this.
like come on, please stop. You're not gonna do it. And just I just feel like I always I'm very confident in my abilities, and so I'm just always overly ambitious, which is not, it's a bad thing and a good thing, because then I'll set these goals for myself and I'll get frustrated when I don't meet them. But it's like they're extremely unrealistic. Like you can't do that fast, and it's not even going to come out right if you did do it that fast, and you wouldn't even enjoy the process as much. So that was like, I feel like one of the biggest things I learned with this process, like setting realistic goals, and just, or if like most of the stuff I have is stuff I've never even done before. Like I've never directed a music video. I've never even done a series this long, like a 6 episode series. I've never done animation. This is my first time even doing animation like this. So it's like, why did I think I could just jump in and do the shit in 6 months? I really don't know. Like just overly confident, too damn confident. It's like it's a double-edged sword. It really is. Because I'll be so frustrated with myself, just beating up on myself. Like, you're lazy. You ain't doing it all the time. You said you don't have this done 2
That's
weeks
that
ago.
Colly.
Yes, yes, literally.
So
But I
are you
really love.
gonna hop into like, is this your pocket now?
What do you mean?
Series making, cartoon making, like because I personally feel like you could take over with this. This is so, it's so sweet knowing that I'm not gonna watch a slave. Like what the girl? What?
Yes, for sure gonna keep going with the cartoons. I don't know if I'm gonna keep going with live action, or if I do, it's not gonna be me. Because definitely I learned that like I'm not like, I like acting, and I'll probably be in it a little bit if I do like some more live action, like animated stuff. But I definitely enjoy way more like casting other people to do it, and like kind of just directing them with the vision is way more fun. Like I did have fun in front of the camera too, because this character is me. Like it's literally based off me and Brianna. So it wasn't hard to do the acting. It's like it's not really acting for real. I'm just kind of being myself. But with the other characters, it was so much more fun writing a character and like seeing somebody else bring it to life. So I'll
Okay.
probably get more into that. But I'm definitely gonna take a break. Like I'm gonna take a good little break and just work on promoting stuff, and just work on probably making more shorts with you and Donnie just to promote this series. And then I'll probably branch off into maybe like a spin-off with just Colly or something like that. Cause Colly, I just feel like it's such a strong character. And it also just depends on like how it's perceived, and like I don't know, I never released something like this either, so I don't even know how that's gonna go.
I so
So
many
depending
it's
on
so
how
many
that,
white people saying they're excited for it though. Like they be
I
hitting like
know,
Donnie posted, they be all like, "Ooh," I'm like, "Really? You're interested in this?" Like,
yeah,
like,
I was surprised too. I'm like, I didn't think you would give a fuck, but all right, cool. Like you are in for a treat. Everybody is, because that's the other thing. Like I kind of realized that I wish I would have sent y'all more clips of it as I was editing it,
yeah,
but I think I was just holding it so close to me because I'm like, this project has a very specific voice. Like this is a very weird series. Like it's very weird.
I love it.
And
It's
so it's like I
so
didn't want
refreshing.
to like to get too much feedback, because I didn't want it to stray from the original like vision. And sometimes I would be nervous, like, damn, like nobody's seen this shit except me, Brianna, and Sham. Like I'd be so nervous about like how other people are gonna perceive it. But it's like I love this series. Like this is what I've been looking for. When I go online and I'm looking for like fun stuff to watch, like you said, I'm not trying to watch no slaves. I'm not trying to watch like stereotypical black characters. And every time I'm always looking for like, I always like all the stuff they call like weird and offbeat. That's like my genre. But I can never find that kind of stuff with black people. Or it's just like very few and far between. Like it's always white people. And it's like sometimes I don't want to look at no white person on the screen. Like I'm tired
Yeah.
of looking at it. So this is what that is. Like this is for the people who are looking for like just some weird shit. Like because it's very strange. It's
Yeah.
very psychotic. It's very like, it don't look like anything I've ever seen before. Like it's a
It don't
very
sound
unique
like nothing. Like
series.
I literally I'm trying to explain like, you know what? It's a cartoon. Like I don't know, but I think it's I don't know. I don't know. I know everybody gonna like it though. And I feel like even people that don't understand it or is like skeptical for a second, because you know, like
Yeah,
for instance, Big Mouth gets a lot of bashing. They be
yeah,
like, yeah, I see a lot of bashing on Big Mouth, but I see a lot more people like you just don't get it. Like relax, you don't get it. So it's like that's with everything, but like as a cartoon, like I just feel like everybody should be thankful. It's not genre based. Like, come on.
yeah. Literally. Do you like Big Mouth? I've never watched it.
I was watching like the first or second season and I didn't keep up with it because I was just like I don't it just was whatever. It'd be funny though, but
Yeah. Okay. I've never even watched like a single episode. I should go check it out.
yeah, it's pretty funny. It'll make you laugh.
Okay. Dang, already?
What did it tell you? It didn't tell me nothing.
It said we got 10 minutes.
Oh wow.
That was fast as hell. Let me see if there's anything else I need to ask you. Yeah, I don't know. Mostly I just wanted to like, I don't know, what are you expecting? Like, what are you most excited
I'm
for? What are you
expecting.
expecting? Like, how do you feel right now about like it's finally coming out?
So listen, people when I reposted Colly, right?
Mhm.
We're all like, this is a shirt brand. A few people. I was all like, no, this ain't no shirt graphic. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you even. I don't know if I can get a Collie hoodie. I don't know. But I was saying like, no, it's a car. I was explaining like it's a cartoon. Like, go to the page, whatever, whatever. They come back,
Yeah,
like, hey, that's tight. So it's like that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for everybody that's looking forward to seeing it because it's like, yeah, you're gonna like it. I know you are. Then I also think that it's gonna do very, very, very well. And I think it's going to do very, very, very well only because it's so nice and sweet and just
hmm
refreshing. Like that's what I'm excited. I'm excited to see people be all like, "Hey, that was hard." Even if they like that was a little weird because
yeah,
I personally get a little backlash on being a little funky. Like for instance,
yeah,
it's like this is so uncommon.
yeah,
And to me, it's just like, ooh, you suck. You're like, you know what I mean? Like not like that.
yeah.
It's like you're playing. So it's like the fact that this is like, I
Yeah.
feel like,
That's I think that's what I'm most excited for too. Like I'm trying not to get my expectations too high, kind of just try to remain neutral. But I am really excited to see like who is drawn to this, like putting this out there like this. Who do I like? What kind of new collaborators will I find? What kind of community will I be able to build off of people who like fuck with this type of like weird shit? Because it's very like niche, I guess if you want to call it. Like is gonna be kind of an acquired taste. Like you're gonna have to have a really open mind to just like really suspend yourself in this world because there's so much going on. It's very colorful. People don't really do that anymore. Like colorful and
yeah,
like
everything is so serious. Literally, and then
yeah,
it's been a conversation. Have you been seeing the conversation how there's like it's no more tween stuff? Like
yeah.
no
It's not.
separation between coming of age. It's just
Mm-hmm.
you grown basically. And every time I see that, I think to myself, I think about the show because I'm all like, hopefully people like them type people tap in. Like it ain't no
Yeah,
reason like a 13-year-old low key should not be watching baddies. I mean, they could. I was watching Teen Mom. Don't get me wrong, I was watching Teen Mom, but I was
yeah,
also watching Kim Possible and stuff. So it's all
yeah.
like you feel me? Like this gonna be a good balance. I feel like it's gonna be a nice, refreshing add on to everything.
Mm-hmm. I did see that conversation too. They were saying like that teenagers nowadays don't get to just be like awkward little teens. They're going straight into like the lace fronts and the lashes and the like. Why are y'all cute already? Y'all not supposed to be cute yet. Like,
Cute as
relax.
hell. I had a 22-year-old tell me that she felt like she was getting old because her friend keep telling her like we're getting old. I said I know a 30-year-old that's so like it low key make me not wait like I can't wait to be 30. Low key
Yeah.
because it's just like that's kind of like when you're grown,
Mm-hmm.
but like when you really put it into perspective, like you're still a kid. You're I mean not a
Yeah.
kid, but you're still young. You're very young. Like I really was trying to get into her head like I'm 25. Like you're not
Yeah.
old at all. But they don't get it. I think because it's no demonstration of awkwardness and stuff. That's why my next Instagram post probably gonna be how I'm having a hard time collecting what I need for no decorum, like people canceling
Mm.
all this and everything. Because it's like people need to know, like, hey, y'all gonna see the finished product and it's gonna be great, or it's gonna be great to me. But it took a long time. It took a long time for me to get like this, or hey, I did this and this is like what messed up here because nobody really sees that. Everybody be thinking, I don't know.
Yeah.
You gotta just be perfect. That's all. You gotta
Yeah.
be perfect, sophisticated. I don't know, like
Or you know what you made me think about when you were saying like people give you flack for like or at least like your glasses thing or anything like that. People don't really celebrate individuality like they make it seem. Like it's like it's a weird dance between people like, oh, be yourself, embrace yourself. But then like whenever somebody actually is being themselves, it's like, not like that. It's like, did you
yeah,
see that? picture of Sexy Red when she was like cussing out the dude who interrupted her picture or whatever.
Yeah.
And in the comments, they was like, "Oh, who be dressing my sis?" Like they was picking on her outfit, and I'm like, "Bitch, is Sexy Red. What
Yeah,
y'all want her to
exactly.
wear?
I
Like
think
that's
she I
what
think
she
she
should be wearing."
right. She fits. She wears her aesthetic perfectly fine. But you know what? To piggyback off what you said, when it comes to being an individual, it's like it's low key like we got leaders of individuals. Like we got somebody
Mm,
that is that aesthetic that does it well, that aesthetic that does it
yeah,
well, that aesthetic. So like let's say, okay, you might want one of these, but you like, I don't really think that's gonna frame my face right. So now it's a problem that I got it because you can't like
yeah,
you might like it some little funky stuff, but you can't demonstrate the funky how I demonstrate the funky. So now
yeah.
it's like so it's like you could be an individual as long as you got like a pocket of individuals that can be an individual with you too. It's
Right.
crazy. It's
I
crazy.
I never heard somebody explain like that, but that is so true. Because then it's like now I have to be an individual like this person. Like I have to be weird like this person because they're weird. Match my like no, like literally just be yourself. Like it's
Yeah,
literally simple.
really.
Like what do you like? Okay, cool. That's it. Like
Stick
it's
to it. Like, what are you doing? Uh world, the
it
world.
is hard. I understand because some people, especially now with like social media and stuff, like when you're going off the well beaten path and you're kind of doing your own thing, people are first gonna be like, "What is that?" And that initial reaction sometimes can feel like rejection when people are like, "I
It
don't get it."
does. It really does.
Yeah. And it's like they're not rejected. They literally just don't know what the hell you're doing. And so it's like you
Exactly.
have to stand in that. You have to be like, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm keep doing.
Exactly. Exactly.
You'll figure it out or you won't, and that's okay.
Where you
Like,
vote, and that's okay. I say that. I say everything isn't for everybody, and that's okay. And everybody like it's
mm-hmm,
not okay. It is. It
mm-hmm.
literally is. Like that's
Yeah.
when we start having midlife crisis, identity crisis. Not doing that.
For real. For real. Like whenever I be getting like nervous, because like throughout this whole process, like I'll be like, damn. Like sometimes I just look at it, I'm just like, I don't know how this is gonna be perceived. Like I like this. But are other people like this? Like so many times I have to stop and think about all of my favorite content and I'm like, I don't care if nobody likes that stuff. Like I like that stuff because I just relate to it in such a way that it just matters to me. And so it doesn't really matter if somebody likes it or not. Like with all its flaws or quirkiness or whatever, like all my favorite things, I can't even explain why I like them. For the most part, it's just something about it. I just really like that thing. So
Exactly.
just trying to let like the project live and not criticize it because I'm definitely that's the thing I struggle with too. Like while I'm creating, I'm like criticizing and trying to like, okay, just focus on making the thing. Don't criticize it while you're making it because now you messing with stuff. So really having to just like breathe and be like, okay, girl, just it's done. The project done now. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Just put it out. That's if they like it, they like it. If they don't, it's not for them. It's cool.
They're gonna love it. I they're gonna love it. Oh, that's so nice. I'm excited though. I'm
Same. We're trying to do a like a release party thing, or not a release party. It's gonna be like a watch party because we're gonna do it at the end of the series. So November 3rd is when the very last episode comes out, and we're gonna premiere it at this bookstore my friend works at. It's like a really cool bookstore where they have all these like diverse books and like LGBTQ and like trans and like people of color. Just I've never seen a bookstore like this. It has like all kinds of books with brown people and every topic you can think of in these children's books. It's so cool. So I've been talking with the owner, and we're trying to do like a watch party there. So we'll watch like all the episodes and then premiere the last one. So
okay.
that should be cool. I wish you could come. That would be so awesome. I wish everybody that's in it could be there. But I
Yeah.
don't know if everybody's gonna be able to make it because I
Oh,
know like for you that's a whole flight. And then for everybody else, like a lot of people live in Miami. Some people have moved. Like one of the boys who's in the show, he moved to Texas. So even my writing partner is in New York. He moved to New York like a year after we finished writing. So yeah, but I just feel like it'd be nice to have that experience because even from the beginning, when I first was telling people about it, they was like, "Are you gonna do a watch party?" And I'm like, I am so nervous to watch myself on screen while y'all watching me on screen. Like that is so.
well, the
I,
world's gonna see it now.
I know, but I was so scared to be in the room at the same time. It's just so like oh my god.
Ooh, I'm excited.
But I know that that's like necessary for me. Like that's a part of the growth that I need to like, go through. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it, even if I'm scared. I'm gonna just do it anyway. So
Yeah, you should. You're really what is it? Breaking barriers.
Definitely something out of my comfort zone, that's for sure. For sure.
Oh my goodness. All right. I'll go back to promoting this show.
Yeah.